Have you ever been asked what was the hardest thing you ever had to let go of? We were 2 weeks away from our wedding and we signed the papers on our brand new house. It far exceeded my dreams. It was almost 4 times the value of the home that I lived in with my family for over 11 years. But it was worth every penny. It was not a house. It was a dream, and we built that dream, and I expected to live there until I passed into eternity. I am Nancy Kerr, and this retirement journey began about 20 years ago when Alex took early retirement because of health issues, and I left my 9 to 5 10 years ago. So our perfect home was indeed the perfect home for us and just grew in perfection for us in the 40 years that we lived there until the day that we locked the door and headed south. That house was more than just walls and floors. It's where life unfolded and love just grew. It holds the memories of our childhood milestones, the laughter and shenanigans of our grandchildren, the treasures passed down, the furniture, the photos, and the heirlooms. Even the attic and basement was stuffed memories, stuffed in those corners. But what was most was that it was filled with memories of incredible times of laughter and fun and friends. Our 4th of July parties that had 120 people every summer. Christmas events, dinners. Almost never was there less than 50 people in our house when we entertained. Filled with absolute love that just kept growing. Every inch of the house had our fingerprints on it. Painting the woodwork, stripping the floors, wallpaper, and more wallpaper. And then the day when we started painting the woodwork, colors of the Philadelphia historical colors, blue and reds and yellows. It was uniquely our home. The rooms were filled with furniture from the auction. Old oak furniture, our big brass bed, the sideboard, the china closet, all kinds of wonderful heirlooms. And then there was the backyard. It was 4 seasons, gorgeous in the snow, beautiful spring, filled with summer fun with the pool and the gazebo, and those fresh strawberries we would go out and pick and put in our cereal bowl. Memories of the 4 seasons. That is the blessing of living up north, 4 seasons. But time has a way of moving us forward, and it was time to relocate, which meant downsizing. Downsizing in a huge way. We found a home that was fully furnished and much smaller with no attic and basement to stuff. So we began the sorting and the tossing and the selling, and then finally headed south to our new adventure. So what was the hardest thing to let go of? It wasn't the furniture. It wasn't the 50 totes of Christmas decorations. It was the house. It was the house itself, because it had always been a home filled with love and laughter and joy and prayer and blessings. It was the house. It was even difficult to let go of the address. It was our identity. You see, we had moved in after our honeymoon. Family and friends moved our stuff in, and it was already when we got home. That's how much that house indicated the start of our life and journey together. Do I regret letting go of everything? No, those memories just are filled in our hearts. But letting go of that house, that address, that neighborhood, that yard was one of the hardest things I've ever had to let go of. Maybe that's one of the biggest lessons to learn in retirement. Learning how to release. Not just the stuff, not just the house, but all the lessons that were learned in that journey and season of life, while we carry forward with all those memories and ready to make new ones. So let me turn this around to you. If you were to downsize right now, what do you believe would be the hardest thing for you to let go of? I would love to hear your answer in the comments, because I think we all carry different treasures in our hearts. If you've enjoyed this, if you got anything from it, if it's inspired you, I would love to have you join me on this journey just by hitting that subscribe so that you don't miss more of this adventure of this retirement journey.